That's the record they hounding me for.
Oh, are they?
Let me show you why.
Too much grits. It says funk everywhere.
Hello? Homeboy trying to mix.
TV vende no horário nobre. É quando a audiência sobe que os bonecos se mexem, o nível desce pra dizer que de algum modo ainda somos colônia. Meu verso é como amônia, neutraliza tudo e todos, pesquisando cada estrela que brilha da sua vila pra minha. Reta como a linha que nos liga até a próxima estação.
We begin tonight with a rare interview with the president of Ethiopia, Mengistu Haile Mariam. His embattled African country has been in the news for years because of war and because of the starvation of its people. This week, there was a battle that is blocking relief aid to millions more who are now on the verge of starving.
I talked to many people in your country since I've been here, and one, I should say even highly placed Ethiopian, told me this: we cannot win and they cannot win. And all of us are becoming so exhausted and war-weary that all we have built up in the last 50 years is on the verge of being destroyed. Is he wrong?
He's quite right. There can be nothing more lamentable than this. But the question is what to do about it.
I think Mengistu Haile Mariam is my neighbor. Whoever it is moved in and put an automated gate up, repainted brick walls atop which now cameras rotated. By 8 the place dark, one light burned later, razor wire like a slinky. Rumor is Parson Bomb took the secretary right eye and pinky. Evenings he take a snifter of whiskey on the veranda, I wonder what he's thinking. In the morning the maid brings coffee from the kitchen. Some nice strange music plays, I lay in bed and listen. Downstairs I hear my mother breaking dishes, my father tripping. It's been quite bad lately, high tension, galvanized steel security fencing. To get through the day, give myself a mission. Anything will get me out the house, a blessing. His bodyguard chews cat, spits black in the rhododendron. Blackout range rumble when he start the engine. Avocado tree hang over the property line. I watch from as high as I can climb. The dog looks up and whines. The hills are alive with landmines. I live in my mind. Not sure what I'm looking for, but I'll know when I'm fine. My mother sent the gardener to look for me, but the sky is a great place to hide. Never told the truth in your life. Can't start now. Ever so slowly, slowly locked up in your own house. Never told the truth in your life. Can't start now. Ever so slowly, slowly locked up in your own house. The guests start having doubts, the host nowhere to be found. There's ghosts in the building's bones, so many skeletons in the ground. When everything collapsed, he just melted to the crowd. Suitcase packed, melted down the crown. But a haven's only safe as long as they want you around. Tomorrow, it's no telling. Hollow when you done selling.
You see how well they treat me? My own courtyard for private strolls. And in my chalet, every possible amenity, not to mention the occasional night visitor. I must confess, Kabir, this detention seems to look well on you. But so does captivity look well on a ram we are fattening up for the feast. Or perhaps I should say on a wife we treat with special favor because she's going to bear us a child. What happens when the great day comes and there is only a calabash under the wrapper? It's no use, Sarume. You know I won't change my mind. My ancestors would rise and curse me.
Kabiyesi, after tomorrow, these people are not going to be easy to deal with.
Well, that is only fair. I have not, as the organizing secretary tells me, been easy to deal with.
Kabiyesi, I am frightened. Sometimes I think I am wet in my lower regions just to think of it.
A lot of times, especially nowadays, people come to material and discussions about politics and society with sort of preconceived ideas and notions which they superimpose on anything that might seem like it could fit. You know, there's situations where I guess for me, like, that album is about those things. It's also very much about identity. It's about Africa as an idea. Its creation of itself is an idea, you know, and all the different ways in which the idea of Africa can and has been used by various people, including Africans themselves, for various types of purposes. You know, I'm half Jamaican, and you know, the Rastafarian viewpoint, like, as someone who grew up in Africa, was always a bit preposterous to me, or these situations where Africa becomes, you know, like in Belly when Nas is like, we're just going to go to Africa. It's a stand-in, it's an idea, it's not like a actual place. And similarly, I mean, Europeans created the idea of Africa and blackness. People in Africa didn't all think that they were the same, or everyone in Africa didn't think, oh, we're Africans. You know, that's something that's created. And similarly, how the creation of Africa is a mirror of sorts to the creation of the very idea of whiteness and being European, and interrogating all of those things, really. Not as simple as just like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to make an album where the main thesis is colonialism is bad, was bad. Right. I know that there are still people who may be unaware and need to know about that, but, you know, that was something that I was being told when I was growing up half a lifetime ago. Yeah. So hopefully I'd have something more insightful or interesting to add to the conversation than that, which is what I think is part of it. Like, what are the legacies of colonialism? Because colonialism didn't only change Africa and Africans, it changed Europeans. 100%. And it provided the template to define what is European and what was not. Yet so many things that you think of as being one or the other are in fact the result of, there's imagined purity that never existed, you know.
Mogambo, the new word in motion picture entertainment. Mogambo, unforgettable adventure in untamed Africa. Africa, known for centuries as the white man's graveyard. The heat and fury of the jungle tears the veneer of civilization from these women. No holds are barred as they fall in love with a man who lives for adventure.